All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, B'Kakwadais.
We want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Well, peace and blessings to sincere Akim. Let's push forward at the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you brothers, keep pushing. And the double shalom unto the Israelites who look like the other nations and the Shah Guatim. We the GMS line St. Louis Camp. We come back at it again. Prophesied the downfall of America, aka Babylon the Great. And today's topic, we're gonna talk about brotherhood and endurance to the end. Right? Because that's the spirit. You know, like a lot of brothers are separating from camps, bugging out. You got a lot of wayward doctrines out here. So now it's time to get tight. You know, it's not the time to separate yourself. It's time to get tight. You know. Because Esau, he's not going to discriminate about like what camp you're from. You know, if you know you an Israelite, all right, he just gonna demonize you just like the rest of them. Because he don't really give a shit about what camp you from. He just, you an Israelite, nigga, you died. Because even these regular niggas out here, they gonna be targets too. But what's going to save us, what separates them from us, is that we got the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Alright? So we're going to start off.
This is 2 Corinthians 13, verse 5. It says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobate?
Right. Read.
But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates.
Right, yeah. Reprobate is a man that can't be corrected. It's a man that don't grow. Alright? Reprobate, and he always has an excuse for everything. You know? Hey, if your brother rebuke you, hey, you gotta take that rebuke. Because it's all out of love. The scripture says open rebuke is better than secret love. Alright, it's to keep you on point. You know, iron sharper than iron. Alright?
Well, it's the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 22. And it reads that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. And that ye put on that new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness.
Right. You gotta put off the old man. You can't be the same nigga that you once was before you came into the truth. Alright? Other than that, you just a nigga that know you an Israelite. And we see many examples of niggas that know that they Israelites. Alright, ISUBK going to gun ranges and all that. Talking about some we gonna tap into Esau's blessing. Alright? Now you need to be tapping into this blessing right here. Because the blessing of Jacob is what? The spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai, the truth. See, this is the only weapon that we need right here. Is the truth. Sure. Because we live in a whole society that's based off of lies. Moon landing. What else? How Christopher Columbus discovered this land. Alright? And the truth is enough. This is the only weapon that you need. See? From top in.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, that ye put on that new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness.
Right, yeah, you gotta put on the new man. Certain bad habits, because we all got character flaws. Alright? And Yahweh Shemi Shai use a brother to point that out. You see? And you gotta be humble enough to accept it, like, okay, this is spirit. Hey, brother's correcting me, okay, I need to change and do better. You know?
Wherefore, verse 25, wherefore putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another.
Right. Yeah, keep going.
Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil.
Right, like if a brother offends you, you know, hey, call that brother. They say, hey, brother, such and such, such and such, or, you know, just be a brother. Like, don't hold a grudge and be a nigga. You know, because hey, these 2/3 hold grudges. Esau, Edom hold grudges. Hey, you see what's going on right now? You know that there's political prophecy about Russia nuking America. But hey, that grudge been going on for the longest.
Right.
You know, and they still ain't resolved that shit yet. Yeah, that's it. Hey, rise up. What I tell you though? Match Matthew 26.
This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 47 through 50. And it says, Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that who told him, Who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
Right, so yeah, that's your brother, sister, and mother. That's your family. You know, because hey, you got your fleshly family. You might have your wife, your children. Hey, but if they not in the truth, that Yahweh Shemel Shah can take them away. All right, and that's just something to consider. I'm not saying that that's going to happen to your wife or your family, but hey, you got to have it in your mind, like, hey, this could very well may be the case, because everybody is not a part of the elect. Yahweh Shemel Shah don't want everybody. All right, but yeah, shit, all of our families, they eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. What else? Worship white Jesus. Celebrate all these different wicked ass holidays. And guess what? Those are sins worthy of death. Hey, because they offended Yahweh Shemel Shah. So that's who they beef is with. Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's between them and the Lord. Alright, so that's not really your place, because you can't make somebody believe. You know? Because hey, that's coming out too. Brothers dealing with women, and they trying to make the women believe and see things how they see. Like, nah, bro. The scripture says the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband, and vice versa. The only thing you got to do, is she be pleased to dwell with you. Hey, just be cool with her. If she want to ask you about the scriptures, answer. You know. If not, hey, let her eat what she want to eat. You know, just as long as she doing right by you. Because the purpose of a woman is to what? To serve you. Right? It's to be a pillar of rest. If that's all she doing, hey, that's all you need to know, bro. All right, don't try to shove it down her throat. All right. Hey, what did I tell you though?
Hebrews 13:1.
Okay.
You want that? All right, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 1, and it reads, Let brotherly love continue.
Right, so yeah, let brotherly love continue. All right?
Go.
Because, hey, this is all you got. See, this truth is a safe haven. You can't be around, you know, like, I ain't gonna say you can't be around people of the world, because we live in a society where majority of people are not in the truth. All right? But you gotta be wise as a serpent. All right? Because I know me, I can't hang around niggas too much, man. You know, I got niggas in my family and, you know, jakes that I'm cool with and all that, but, like, you know, you don't have to worry about sitting down your wallet and some money come up missing, or like one of the brothers trying to sleep with your wife or something like that. You don't have to worry about that with the brotherhood. You know, hey, unless it's a nigga amongst the brotherhood, hey, but Lord, to get him out of there. All right? And that's been many cases of, you know, niggas being amongst GMS. You know, we had a sodomite, and guess what? Hey, Lord booted his ass up. All right? Good, I appreciate it. Yeah, so. First Peter. Go ahead.
Second Ezra 8:50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time. In the latter time shall dwell in the world. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time is come, is prepared, plenteous is made ready, a city is builded, rest is allowed, a perfect goodness and wisdom." It says, the point was 51. It says, "But understand for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like this." I wanted to bring that out because it means, like the brother's talking about, you got other people in the world you deal with, have to deal with, your family, acquaintances. But the Lord told Ezra, he said, look for people like you who understand like you, who actually want to believe in, want to, fellowship, politics, talk about the holy things like yourself.
Right.
So it's better to seek out those like you, because really that's your family anyway.
God.
Come. Brother, you got something?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll wait for him.
Okay.
You want me to hold? Go back?
I mean, if you got something, just
Go ahead.
This is 2 Samuel, chapter 1, verse 26. And it says, "I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of woman.
Exactly. You know how Jake saying the word bros before hoes? And his brotherhood got to come before everything.
Right.
All right? Because, we a body. Because the brothers that you see now, they very well might be a part of the elect. The new governing body of the new world is going to be ran by the people that you see on the sign right here. All right, starting off with the elect, which are all men. All right, and our families on that. You got helpers of the prophets, friends of the prophets. All right? Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34.
Yeah.
It reads, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Yeah.
For I am come," verse 35, "for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household."
Right, so man foes shall be they of his own household. Because your family, your mother, your father, brothers, sisters, auntie, homies, all right, they the first ones that you tell.
Right.
And hey, guess what? They rejected it. All of them, every single last one of them rejected it. All right? And did they change? Did they stop eating pork? Did they, nephew, son, you're right. We are the Israelites. I'm gonna stop eating pork right now. Nah, they still eating it. They just celebrated Easter. So the Lord, he making that separation between the elects, which are the believers in this life. All right, and he making a separation between the unbelievers. Because if you still eating pork, you a non-believer. Because if you believe, then you know that Yahweh Shai, the Most High, don't approve of eating pork. All right, and you might say, "Oh, that's a light offense," but nah. The Lord said He gonna burn people that eat pork. All right, that judgment is what, the lake of fire. See, that was an abomination to eat. Got that First Peter.
This book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 14. If If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh resteth upon you. And their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified.
Right, because because even your own family might say, yeah, that nigga that you worship, something like that. I had a family member tell me that. All right, so I'm like, what the fuck you worship? Like that cracker, that devil? All right.
Verse 15.
I got a precept. This is
Well, nah. We gonna finish this first. Yeah.
Verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief,
Right.
or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Right.
Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf.
Right, because when you come to the truth, hey, guess what? You're gonna suffer. Because the majority of people, like Morpheus said in the Matrix when he's talking to Neo, these people they not unplugged. So they'll pretty much fight you. They'll fight against the system. Because you unplugged. Alright? You done came out of the system, so you already carrying yourself with a different vibration. You're in a different spirit. And so they try to do everything they can to try to tear that down. All right, because they know they not happy. They don't have no faith in nothing. You know, because it's true that it's like a safe haven. All right, this knowledge.
Verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Right, so where the end gonna be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? You know, destruction, death. All right, keep going.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right, so hey, if we gonna brother be saved, you know, and some of us gonna probably have to die for the truth. Go ahead.
And it's a death worth dying for.
That's right.
Verse 19. Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh commit the keeping of their souls to Him in well doing, as unto a faithful Creator.
All right, I think you skipped one. If the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the sinner and the ungodly appear? You read? I didn't hear you.
Verse 18, and if the righteous...
I don't think you finished. We'll just read it again.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right, yeah, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Alright? Guess what? In a damn FEMA camp, getting tortured. In a damn FEMA camp, getting tortured, starving to death. Because, you know, you got the famine, you got the food shortages that's already here. All right? I drink those naked smoothies. They fucking just went up $1. You know, and they already high as hell as it is. I'm like, damn, never mind. All right? Hey, so...
I did too, and they got slick. The blue ones got slick.
Word? Hey, that's the one I was looking at too. Because, you know... Word? Yeah, like the blueberry. Like the blueberries, like fiber, so they help with digestion and all that. You know? Damn, red as hell, bugging the shit out of me.
Don't hit that.
Nope, it's gonna hit. He got it. Shout have been pulling up. Yeah.
wow.
Hey, how was you don't drive like that, do you?
No.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. But yeah. See you.
Yeah. This is Luke 10 and yeah. This is Luke 10 and 29. It says, But he wanted to justify himself, said unto Yahushua, and who is my neighbor? And Yahushua answering, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment and wounded him and departed, leaving him half dead. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. And likewise a Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan, Israelite, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him, and went to him and bound his wounds, and poured in oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pence, and gave them to the host, and said unto him, take care of him, and whatsoever thou spendest more, I will come again and pay thee. Which now these 3 thinkest thou was neighbor unto him that fell among thieves? And he said, he that showed mercy on him. Then Yahushua said unto him, go and do thou likewise.
Right, so you had an Israelite foreigner, and you had an Israelite that grew up in the land. So at Yahushua, you basically making a parable, like which one is your brother? It's the Israelite foreigner, because it's all about the spirit. It's not about where you from, because you know Jake always making a big deal about where you from. I'm from such and such, such and such. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. I do this. I'm from the North Side, St. Louis. You know, and even in the ancient world, it was like that. Hey, but that's why you got to look at everything from like a spiritual point of view. And that's just something that our people can't do because they carnal. They always looking at everything from like a fleshy point of view. You see? And guess what? And that take discipline. Because you got to basically ignore your flesh to filter everything through the spirit. You know? And I mean, they're not willing to do that. Like, even when you fasting, because and these regular jakes out here, they don't fast. All right? Because guess what? It don't feel good. But it's a benefit behind fasting. It's a benefit behind taking herbs. You know, because most herbs are what? Bitter. They don't taste good. On the Passover, you eat that horseradish, you start coughing. All right? Hey, but guess what? Hey, you can breathe better. You know? So, you can breathe better. Smell better. You know? It's an anti-inflammatory and an antibacterial at the same time. Right? So, yeah, it's benefits. You got another one?
This is Acts, because even in that scripture, Isaiah